I'm going to tell you some reporting that I got from a couple of sources that were kind of speaking on condition of anonymity to tell me these kind of discussions. What I've been told is that the plan now is to have a kind of Gaza-style ceasefire deal. So they want it in two parts. The first part is scheduled to be a ceasefire, which would mean that, of course, there'll be no more firing of Russian drones and rockets into Ukraine, no more shooting on the battlefields. But the key part of that is that a European peacekeeping force would go into Ukraine to maintain that ceasefire, to ensure that it is being upheld, but also to build the Ukrainian army's defenses in case the ceasefire is broken. But of course, the idea of having a European peacekeeping force there is by its very nature intended to stop Russia from breaking this ceasefire deal, because if there are any casualties among those peacekeeping forces, that will bring Europe into a much more direct conflict with Russia. Now, it should be said, of course, Vladimir Putin for years now has said that he will not accept European troops on the soil in Ukraine. So if it is indeed true what Donald Trump says, and that he's discussed this with Vladimir Putin and Putin is okay with that, that is a massive departure from where Putin was over the course of the last 3 years. So this really now is a deal, if this is going to go ahead, which is kind of good for all sides. The second part of the deal is going to be the mineral deal that is on the table, and that Donald Trump wants Volodymyr Zelensky to sign this week or next week. And the Ukrainians want this because, of course, that means that the US is going to have a vested interest in staying in Ukraine and ensuring that those minerals are safe. So it's a good deal for America because they get $500 billion worth of minerals, and they don't have to put US troops on the ground. The Europeans get to end this conflict and also have a force inside Ukraine which could potentially stop the war from spiraling. And Russia will end up spinning this, no doubt, to their own population as some kind of victory, even though in the eyes of the West it clearly won't be. But just think about the fact that if peacekeepers are going to be in Ukraine, that is a massive shift for Vladimir Putin. And I think that's quite telling.